In the faded black and white frames of history, one figure stands taller than most. A man whose legacy outshines the very era he lived in. Abraham Lincoln, born on February 12, 1809, in a one-room log cabin in the Kentucky wilderness, rose from the humblest of beginnings. Orphaned by poverty and shaped by hardship, he educated himself by candlelight, devouring every book he could find. With a towering presence and a quiet voice, Lincoln's strength was never just physical, it was moral. His sense of justice, his belief in freedom, and his unshakable commitment to the Union would soon change the course of American history. In 1860, amid a nation on the brink of collapse, he became the 16th President of the United States. He led during the darkest time, the Civil War, a bloody battle not just for territory, but for the soul of the nation. It was Lincoln who issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring that all enslaved people in Confederate-held territories were to be set free. He called it the last best hope of earth. And he gave everything, including his life, to preserve that hope. On April 14, 1865, just days after the Civil War ended, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater. The bullet ended his life, but not his legacy. Today, we breathe color back into history, using AI technology to restore and reimagine these historic images. These aren't just photos. These are windows into the past, into a time when courage wore a top hat and a weary smile. Through these restored portraits, we see the humanity in Abraham Lincoln, the father, the thinker, the leader, the man who held a nation together. His face, once frozen in time, now lives again. He was the second child of Thomas and Nancy Lincoln, two hard-working pioneers who knew only the struggles of frontier life. When Abraham was just 9 years old, his mother died. His father remarried, and though young Abe had little formal education, his thirst for knowledge was unquenchable. He taught himself by reading borrowed books, Shakespeare, the Bible, and the founding documents of the young nation. He wasn't born into greatness. He earned it. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected as the 16th President of the United States. Almost immediately, the country began to fall apart. Southern states seceded from the Union, and soon the American Civil War erupted. Lincoln had never been a general. He had never led troops. But he understood something deeper than war strategy. He understood the moral soul of a nation. He fought not just to preserve the Union, but to redefine it. On January 1, 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring that all enslaved people in Confederate states were to be set free. It was a turning point, morally, politically, and spiritually. Today we use technology not to rewrite history, but to remember it more vividly. These colorized images let us see Lincoln not just as a statue or a storybook figure, but as a human being. A man with tired eyes, a face marked by hardship, a soul guided by hope. He never lived to see the world he fought to build. But thanks to history and now to AI restoration, we see him anew, not just in photographs, but in spirit. Abraham Lincoln once said, "The best way to predict your future is to create it." He created a future where freedom had a fighting chance. And now, through the power of technology, we honor that legacy, one image at a time. Like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories from the past, reimagined for today.